This is not enough sufficient. To the point, there was chicken in the bin,
Wow.
right? And it's like I was going on a move. Like when I say a move, it's like I was going on a robbery to get this chicken.
Check it out, check it, check it out, check it, check it, check it out, check it.
Hey, Greg and the CE coming.
Welcome to Mel's Truthful Tuesday. I'm so excited to be here once again. Empowered Untold Stories. And guess what? I've got an amazing guest for you to introduce to you today. I'm so excited because this guest, obviously, the story is phenomenal. And I can't wait to delve in and really hear his story. So I want to welcome our wonderful guest. His name is Marcus Skinner. Welcome, Marcus.
Yes, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm okay, traveling from Birmingham,
Yep.
coming down here, a
Oh,
little bit of
thank you
traffic.
so much for coming so far.
No problem.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
and it's an honour for you to be here as a guest
Yeah.
on Mel's Truthful Tuesday,
Okay.
and I'm so glad that you could actually come and share your story.
Yeah.
But relax,
Yes.
just feel like you're at home, just chilling, and I'm just talking to you. I know
Yeah.
I don't mean we're gonna live together, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Just feel like
Yeah.
you're just chilling,
Okay.
and just relax.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, tell me. Okay, let's start again.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just say that this show today is, you losing everything and gaining God.
Yeah.
And some people want to know, what did you lose, Marcus? Like, what was it that you actually lost and now that you've
Yeah.
gained God? So tell me a little bit about, where it all started just tell me where it all started.
Can I say at the start as well, when you said, what did you lose? I lost my dignity,
Okay.
my self-respect,
Yeah.
right? I got down to a place where I didn't care anymore, right? So, I've been brought up, stepdad, mum, my sister used to live with me, right? And I used to have brothers and sisters from my dad's side.
Okay.
But anyway, so growing up now, my grandmother used to be a bit religious,
All right.
right?
They do, yeah.
Yeah. Going to church. Sometimes when we go around there, we'll go to the church. But I didn't think nothing of it. Then, probably the ages of 10 to 11, right? Now, remember, I'm in school as well.
Yes.
I've been very, in school disruptive,
Right.
right? Couldn't read and write.
Wow.
I remember I used to just scribble, right? Got the slipper a few times. That's when they used to,
Yeah.
give you the slipper. Got the slipper
that
a
in
few
school you're
times.
talking
This
about?
is in school,
Oh, wow.
right? So eventually, anyway, 10 to 11, we used to go Sunday school.
Right.
Then, but my mum and my stepdad never used to go.
Right.
Right, so then eventually we wasn't going. Right, so in school, because I was very disruptive, I've got the reputation of being tough. Right, so eventually what happened was, because I was so disruptive, I had to go to.
Can I just ask you, where does that disruptive? Where did that come from? Being disruptive.
I think it came from. You hit a very very poignant point then. What it is, my stepdad saw his mum die.
Wow.
In Barbados. So what happened was, obviously, I'm not his child,
Right. Okay.
but he's got his daughter. And I remember one distinctive moment. There was a cartoon used to come on called Mr. Magoo. He was blind and all that, but it was very funny.
Yeah.
So my mum used to go to work in the nighttime. So when she's gone to work, now we would stay in the same room. I'll be sleeping like on a settee, and then my sister would be in the bed with her dad. So remember, she's 4 years younger than me.
Yes.
Right. So when I want to go and have a look at what the program is, he said, "No, don't." Right. A couple of times I've done it, and he said, "No, don't." Right. And I'm thinking to myself, this is unfair.
Of course.
Because what happened is, she's 4 years younger, she can watch it, but I can't watch it. And I felt a bitterness starting to come.
Of course.
A resentment was starting to come. Anyway, and I think I've kept that through the school as well. What happened was, and then
So
obviously...
you think that from the time that you've been that your stepdad
Yeah.
rejected you,
Yeah.
made you feel not loved.
Yeah, of course.
You kind of gone to school now and you've displayed that behaviour at
Yes,
school
yes.
where you're being disruptive. Do you think that could have been a little bit of attention that you wanted? Because you're not getting the attention from your stepdad?
Yeah, because what it is, remember, as a child, we sense stuff. Even though we don't know,
Yes.
but we sense stuff, right? And later on in life, my mum was saying, I think he was jealous because I had a relationship with my mum. He didn't have a relationship, and then he saw his mum get killed. Okay,
Right.
so when you're younger, you don't know this. It's only in hindsight
of
that I
course.
begin to be able to. I can look back and see it, right? Because he used to sometimes beat me for nothing. Right? I remember one time I lost a bit of money. He beat me twice. Anyway, right? So eventually, I ended up robbing his money, right, and beating him up.
Wow.
Eventually, right? When
How
I
old
was
was
15,
you?
I
How
was
old was you when you beat him up? and robbed him?
15.
15.
15.
Okay.
And my friend was round there at the time, and he went, him and his friend beat me. No, it was me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? So, and then I went out. So what happened was, going through school, I remember I was 7 years old, and I had a friend anyway. And what happened is, we was at a shop, and he said, steal this. Now, remember, he's a year older than me, right? So obviously, I want to be wanted, want to be needed. I was young, but you don't realise this.
Yes,
Only
of course.
coming back, I realised. And you love the excitement. So I stole the packet of crisps. That's the first time I stole something, right? And I stole the packet, and it was excitement,
Yes.
right? And, influence. And what I want to say is also, it was not an enemy that told me to do it. It was a friend.
Oh, wow.
Even that same friend got me to start, well, it was my choice,
Yeah.
but I was influenced to start smoking cigarette from the age of 10, 11 years old.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Sneaking, and having a cigarette and that. And then eventually I've gone into secondary school. Now he's left, gone into the next one. He's got to, obviously a year older, isn't it?
Yes.
But because I got the reputation, right, I was, even though I was in it a year older,
Yes.
after it left, got the reputation of being the best fighter
Right.
because I was angry,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you get that. So, and then we
So
used
you
to,
was getting your, obviously your stepdad wasn't giving you that validation
No.
and that. So you was getting your validation from your friends saying
yes,
to you that
yes.
you're great at something that was bad, really.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're bigging you up saying,
Yeah.
well done, Marcus, you can fight. And,
Yeah.
so you're getting your validation through something that is not meant to be good.
Yeah. I remember we didn't have no definitive to say that fighting is bad.
Yeah.
Because you're growing up. So
Yes.
you're this is your new experiences that I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
of
now,
course.
you know what? You're getting a rep. You're getting a
Yeah.
reputation. And then after that now, you start go out and fighting at the schools. That's what happens. No,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
happens.
I know. I
Right?
was
You
there.
start
I was
fighting
there
other
when I
schools.
was a child. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
So you start fighting other schools, you're getting a reputation
And then
around
we want
the
to
area.
be the best school who's fighting, isn't it? Like that school beat up that school.
Beat that school.
Yeah.
And you got
because I went to a
levels.
girls' school.
Yeah.
So in my girls' school, it was like our school's going to beat up that girls' school, and we're going to be the best school to fight. And it was a thing in those days. You know,
Yeah,
it was a thing
yeah.
that you went out fighting. And,
Yeah, yeah.
and you had to be the best fighter.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get beaten up,
But
and
of
then,
course.
and then you're going to be picked on.
I remember one time when I've gone now to secondary school, and then it started because there's a level, there's a rivalry. There's a level. So I remember the best fighter in the next school that I went to now, right? They went 3 of them was gonna attack me.
Really?
As the best, yeah. Well, something happened where we never got to fight. For what? I would have been trashed. But you know what I mean. Funny enough, he you know what I mean. It ended up all them became my brethrens and friends and all this and that. But
Yeah.
But anyway, going through that is only when I was, I think, the ages of 12, because I got what it is because I was so disruptive.
Yes.
What happened one time? Somebody came up to me and was trying to bully me, right? So we went into the toilet, you fight. Anyway, I beat him up, but where I beat him up, it was so vicious, right, that it came to the headmaster, and they was going to take me out of school, right? And then they find out that, you know, I can't read and write. And then what happened? I was off school for a little while. Then the person came to like just check me over. When they checked me over now, and I was doing like some tests, he realised that, hold on, I need to be stimulated.
Yeah.
The boring things, then I'll do, I'll have to mess around. Once you stimulate me, then it engages me to do the right thing, yeah? Right, in the sense of
Yes, of
learning
course.
to read and write. So anyway, eventually gone into now everyone where I'm getting to know people outside as well, different cliques outside. We're going out, we're partying. Even because I didn't realise my mum loved party. So I said, I want to go party. But no, the time's going to come. So I sneaked out. One time, my sister grasped me up, right? Because round the back. Anyway, grasped me up. So you're going to a party now. You know, you're seeing ladies. But at that time, I wasn't really interested in the ladies. It's just...
How old was you then when you're...
14.
14,
14,
okay.
15,
So
right?
when you're just going through that, Marcus, you've been exposed to a lot of things at a very early age.
Yeah.
In terms of, you're fighting, smoking,
Yeah.
partying. A lot of the stuff were things that we're saying you shouldn't be doing at that age.
Yeah.
So you was exposed to quite a vast amount
Yeah.
of stuff, and looking at that, I'm looking at the stepfather.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that because I felt like that was the underlying trigger to your erratic behaviour.
Yeah.
When you started doing different things without, But carry on.
Can I say something a bit? And it just reminds me, I remember one time I was little, well, I don't know, 7 or something, and there must have been a family tragedy concerning his family. And he was crying. And I started crying with him,
Oh, wow.
right? And it was like I was rejected. But, even now, I still have that. If I see a film and it touches me, I start crying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive in that way.
Yes.
I try to hide it many times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm very sensitive in that way. And it's like I can sense people's pain. I've got, you know what I mean? Because I got pain
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
You know, certain things that worship that I listen to, it has to be like the blues. You know, that blues kind of,
Yeah.
I've gone through tragedy. I've
Yeah.
gone through mess. I've gone through stress. Anyway, so with that now, it kind of, it subliminally, it sent a message. You know what I mean? Like, even in your family, there's hate. My mum, because she was the only child that she knew at the time, right, she'll say that now, right, that she knew at the time, 'cause I don't want to go off because of time, yeah?
Yeah.
But she was not very loving. So she would give you stuff. She would say that herself.
Yeah.
She would give you stuff. That's how she shows her love.
Yeah.
She's not very, like you got some families
not
where they hug you,
emotionally attached.
where they hug you and all
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
that, and the other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even now, we're all right.
Yeah.
We know, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
right. So I was very detached from that. That's why.
And you can see the kind of pattern that stepdad wasn't, available emotionally.
Yeah.
Mum's not emotionally available. But when you saw your stepdad crying, that set off that I'm actually emotional.
Yeah.
And I actually want to cry, but no one wants to do that. And sometimes that vulnerability allows you to do different stuff.
Yeah.
But because that you wasn't given that vulnerability
No.
of like calm, hush, it would have most probably made you soften you up sometimes. Because some things, when you're not being softened up, and you get, and everyone's going, yeah, go on, Marcus,
Yeah.
beat him up.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, this is where I get my praise.
Yeah.
I weren't getting my praise in that
No.
intimate space and that vulnerable moment. You was getting it when you were angry or when
Yeah.
you're upset, and you thought this is better
Yeah.
than the. Let me give you a hug.
Listen, I get, because we had the next door neighbours. They was like a bit of thieves and all that as well. So I hooked up with them, right? We start thieving down in the market and, grabbing stuff, running and all that, because I could
That's
run
where I want to
fast.
get to. I want you to
Yeah.
tell me, because obviously some
Yeah.
of the viewers don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, you went through drug addiction.
Yeah.
You went from stealing,
Yeah.
robbing, at grievous bodily harm. Is it grievous
actual bodily harm.
Actually bodily harm, and you went to prison several times.
Yeah.
So we want to go into that.
Yeah.
But I want us to go into, where did that all start from, the stealing, the moment, what was that first time that you...
It was exciting. Remember I told you at the age of 7 years
Yes,
old?
I remember you said,
That opened the door.
From 7?
From 7.
Oh, wow.
That opened the door.
Okay.
Even sometimes I would, when I was getting into secondary school and money wasn't thing, do you know what I mean? I wanted to look good amongst friends. So out of my mum's purse, I'll take a little fiver. Obviously don't watch this one. She might know this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll owe you a few quid. Right? So I'll take a little fiver, she wouldn't notice. And then one time, she noticed because she only had a couple of fivers in there. So who took it? I want to know who took it. Who took it? I can remember now. Who took it? Who took it? I thought, oh, it's on me now. Look. So I pretend I found it somewhere, because she would have never thought that I would have done it.
Wow.
Because at home, I was somebody else.
Wow.
Then I was out on the road. Out on the road. You know what I mean? Tough, this, that, and the other. When I at home, just listen and listen, you know, that kind
Yes,
of thing.
of course,
Not rough.
Yeah.
Right? Eventually, you know what I mean? I would get rough at home. Right? Where I didn't care. Now the two sides are gelling, and the rougher side is winning.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So
because you're out there, you was doing what you're doing, and now you've come home and you've brought that to your house now, and so now your mum's seeing that. Hold on, Marcus, that wasn't you before.
Yeah.
What's happened? What's
Yeah.
changed? But yeah, carry on.
because eventually, you know, you get a reputation, because I used to go football as well, hooligan and everything. I'll tell you what happened. What started it off? One of the first things that, because you know, prison is a deterrent, right? First off, you think it's a deterrent, right? So, anyways, it's documented, so I can say this one,
Yes.
right? Like me and my friend, we robbed a solicitor's, right? Robbed the solicitor's, Islington, robbed it, come back. Then we went out there, was going back out again. I remember exactly, and it was snowing, right? But you got certain police are very corrupted, so they must have known that it was us, right? So then they stitched us up, right, and said that we stole his foods, and it was pork, and at the time, I wanted to become a dread, right?
Really?
But they said about chicken and all this, and you can't. Mum said, he could never be a dread like that. But I put locks up a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
But then I saw that. But there was reasoning. So we, you know, anyway, got nicked. So Mum said, oh, it would do him good now, right, to let him 3 weeks in this place, right? But because it was a youth thing, the door was open. They leave the door open at night. So then eventually it was like that kind of thing, a deterrent where I think, no, man, prison's all right. No, I mean, it broke that thing.
Yeah.
So there was no barrier that was holding me back to do things when I went out into society. Nothing. I didn't have no fear. I didn't have no fear of prison. You know what I mean? Because obviously, when I do something, I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to go to prison. The most thing I want to get away with.
Yes,
All right.
of course.
So when I come out now, a couple of people say, oh, because we had a youth centre, right? Mark House Youth Centre, we can go to the youth centre. Oh, you've been to prison and all that. So now I'm getting more of a rep now.
Yeah.
It was a rep thing.
Yes, more.
So
More
Powell
praises
said,
now, isn't it?
Start burgling with the next pal of mine. His uncle's a bit of a gangster. So we're getting caught up in it. I don't want to mention any names, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no names.
Right? So now I start reading some books about the craze and this, that, and the other. You're getting that mentality. You know what I mean? You're getting that mentality, right? So
But I want to go back a little bit
Go on.
because you said that you couldn't read and write.
Yeah.
But you're reading the craze. When did you start reading then?
Right. What happened when we got into secondary school? When I said that, remember the guy came and remember I got thrown out of school because I beat up this guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Is that
but
primary
they said
school?
official. No, not primary school, second.
So-
Is it primary school? I think it was 12. You know when they're 12?
Oh, so secondary then. Yeah.
Secondary, innit? Yeah, secondary, right. And then you go to, is it high? The next one, because that's the one I got thrown out of.
Oh.
You get to.
So middle school, did you go to...
you get the middle school.
Yeah,
That
'cause
was
it
the middle
depends
school.
where you're living, innit? Because
Yeah.
we just do primary, secondary.
Yeah,
But there's
oh.
some schools that do primary, middle, then secondary.
Yeah, it was the middle one. So,
Okay.
and then we go to high school.
Yeah.
High school was the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
15 got
yeah.
thrown out in that one.
Right,
Before
okay,
16,
I get you.
Right. So in that one, I taught. So they took me back and said, look, you know what? So we went to this. It was like in the school. It was a Caribbean thing where the teacher would sit you down and take time with you. Like the class was less than a lot of people. So normally class 30 people, there'll be about 10 people, 8 people on that. Then I'll go to intermediate treatment, right, once a week. I'm see the psychologists and all them asking me stupid questions. Anyway, right.
So at that time when you seen the psychologist, what did they think was wrong with you at that time?
My behaviour.
Okay. Did they give you any labels? Did they say you was ADHD?
No,
Did
they
say any of
didn't.
that?
Remember, because they didn't have that then.
Yeah.
My
they didn't-
mum says now, I think you had that because you couldn't keep still.
Okay.
You have to, you know what I mean, right? So I think you had ADHD. Oh, I don't know if I still got it, but you know what I mean? Because I'm full on,
Yeah.
right? So, so what happened is, after I've come back to school, they've kind of concentrated now, and I thought, you know what? Let me learn to write. You know what I mean? To read and write. And I determined. I learned it, and I was very good. I started to get good, yeah, because the guy said that Marcus is very intelligent where he puts his mind to, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So even when I got thrown out of school, I robbed some guy. Me and this other guy robbed some guy. 15. The headmaster came. He said, like, took my books. He said, go on. And I thought, yes, sweet, lovely. I'm out now. Yeah, I can, you know what I mean, do what I need to do.
So
through the
that's
daytime.
where it all started from then, in terms of going out there robbing, was when you left school at 15. And is that
No, I
where
was doing it before. 14.
Okay.
14, right?
Okay.
Doing it before.
But I mean,
That's
like,
when it-
actually going to prison and...
Yeah, well, I'd done the 3 weeks.
Okay.
Remember, I'd done the 3 weeks. And then after that now, yeah, robbed it. Because remember, I got the reputation in it. And we're there once a week. We used to go to college.
Right.
And then saw this guy, right, from the same school. Really, we robbed him of silliness. Robbed him of his chip money. Chips. Lord, you see. Anyway, right? So the next, we think it's fun. And then gone back to school. Next day, bam, I got thrown out. So then now, it's all good.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, because I'm smoking weed now,
Yeah.
right? So it's all
So
good.
where did you start smoking weeds? When was that? While you was at school at that time?
Well, I would say, if I really try to narrow it down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or maybe just after. Because
Right.
I'm there with the boy. Now we're more into burglary now. So I'm going with the elder lot.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So when you go with the elder lot now, it's like it's like a respect. It's like a respecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? You respect them, but also you're being respected.
So tell me, Marcus, when you was actually going through burgling
Yeah.
homes and
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
how did that feel? No, like, what was that feeling? Like, was that a scary feeling?
Of course,
was that
yeah,
a big
yeah.
man feeling like I'm a big man?
No. It was scary.
Okay.
It was scary. It was still scary.
Okay.
Because you can get caught. You can get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
What does it feel like when you don't get caught and you just get away with it? Did you ever get away with it?
Yeah, of course. What are you talking about? Anyway.
Okay, we don't have to go into what you got
But
away
yeah,
with.
but what I'm trying to say is, most time you get away with stuff. That's why you continue to do it.
Yes, of course.
So if I get away with it 40 times and get caught once, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right? You know what I mean? Because what did they say? They say that you got to be lucky all the time. Police got to be lucky just once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when the first time you actually went to prison, what did that feel like for you?
First, it was I didn't know what to expect. That's a youth prison.
That was a youth.
That's a youth prison. I didn't know what to expect, and then I thought, hold on, this is all. It's fun.
So detention
fun.
centre was like a fun kind of place.
It was all right.
Really?
No, because remember, you're thinking, you're watching these movies that talks about scum and all this, and people are gonna get thinged up in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, or sexual exploitation and all that. You know what I mean? Bust up on all them things there. But I was one of the boys anyway, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know what to expect here, right? But my mum always said something to me that which is stuck with me for all my life. She can't even remember this. When they was throwing me out of school, she went, Mark, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Meaning, make a resolution that if it happens, it happens. If it's raining, it rains. What am I gonna do about it? You got what I'm saying? Let me get the best out of, you know, because every time I go to jail, I'm in the police station. I thought, I'm here again. Let me just get on with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of crying over spilt milk.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, eventually.
So you was in the detention centre and you thought it was quite fun. Tell me what was fun about being there.
Being there.
Yeah.
You were with the boys.
You with the people?
You're with the boys.
Oh, the people that you went there with. Is that the people that are?
No, the person that I went there with, right? He was in. He was a year younger than me, so he had to go to the next place. But then I'm meeting the other boys, and plus as well, the excitement is that you're thinking, oh, it's bad, but then your realization is, just imagine if you got a cup, and you think people say, oh, it don't taste right, but when you taste it, you think it. When somebody says it to you. You're thinking, right, oh, it don't taste right. But then when you start tasting it, you realize, hold on, this is not too bad, you know. I can handle this. That's why when I say it's exciting in that way.
Right.
Because I've got over the fear of it.
Yes.
And I realize now, hold on, there's nothing to fear.
Yes.
Because there's nothing to it. It's all they do is bang you up. No, you do education, this, that, and the other. You're chatting, you know, you understand what I'm saying? Watching TV, sitting there. What's that? You're not getting whipped. You're not getting scorched. You know that kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Right? There's no one trying to take liberties.
So
You know what I mean?
when you obviously you went back out and you've had quite a lot of custodial sentences.
Yeah.
So why was you having so many? Why was you coming back and forth? What was that adrenaline? Why did you leave? And
I was just getting caught in it because I was doing a lot. Because it was a criminal. It was a what's the word? That was my occupation.
your career, isn't it? You said
That's
to
my
me.
no, that's my occupation.
Wow.
That's where I got my money from. That's where we got the money from. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, it was my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it was just a byproduct of the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But you know what? Eventually, obviously, I started. You know.
Tell me a bit
with
about
drugs.
Tell me a bit about that. Like
The heavier drugs. I started with the heavier drugs because I started moving around with this guy and his uncle's his uncle, right? The older lot, you know, the yardie guys now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they, you know, with the women, they're saying, oh, you know what? It's like the women are their product.
Mm. Were you like kind of being groomed at that point then into whatever that is of saying the women, the drugs?
It's a strong word. That's a strong
word. I know
word.
it is. I know it's a strong word.
It's got many connotations to it. But I would say, yeah, big bones.
Because you're saying like these are the older guys, these are the yardie guys that they're telling you to do something. So if you're younger, then you're being groomed into something that you're not aware of. Yeah. And you're like, come Marcus, man. Yeah. Come take a draw, take a sniff, whatever that is. I don't know.
But,
I can't.
But
I'm just
can I be honest with you?
Yeah. You're going to say it was just me?
No. Even though I was led down that path, I don't know if I would say lead runner because I feel I'm a leader as well. Mm. So I wanted to go down there.
Right.
Because I'm thinking to myself, 9 to 5, I can't do that.
That's interesting.
I can't do the normal. I can't do the normal because my mentality is I get bored. I can't even, to be honest with you, now, like where I am now, is I don't do the same job. Mm. No, you see the mentality?
Yeah, of course.
My personality is, if I do this job
you need
for the rest of my life, I can't do it.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, I can't. I have to do different kind of jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it gets me excited. It gets me going. Yeah, so when they say you can't do it, I said, that's where I step in. I said, okay, let me deal with it. Now, how do I work it out? Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you say that it's being groomed, I wanted to be groomed.
Oh, really?
In a sense, I wanted to be trained. How do you do it? Which way you do it? How do you do book and card?
Wow.
No, you understand what I'm trying to say?
I hear you.
There's a way of doing it, you know what I mean? So, be careful now when you go into that shop, you know, and you do, you know what I mean? You're robbing people. You know what I mean? And it's a power thing as well.
Yeah.
It's a
So
power
tell me a
thing.
little bit about the power. What's the power behind that?
Because you're over somebody.
Mm.
Especially when you got your blade or whatever, then you see the fear. You know what I mean? So it just holds it down. You know what I mean? It holds it down. And you're getting respect because, remember, around the area, my name was resounding around the area. Because what we used to do, I used to have a bad name. People didn't want to let me, as God is more witness, people didn't want me. I didn't realise, but people didn't want me in their parties. Because we go into parties and then we rob up the party after a while.
Really?
Yeah, rob up the parties. You know, it wasn't...
Is that robbing like handbags or
Everything, whatever. Are we looking there if there's TV in there?
are you doing
video?
it? Are you holding up the parties or are
Not
you...
holding up the not
You're
holding
just
up
going
the holding.
round and just
going
stealing.
to parties. So people didn't want to invite us to parties, right?
Yeah.
That's how. So the name got around. Even one time, someone was gonna thief. And my sister told me this. Someone was gonna thief their clothes off the line from a family side. They went, no, that's Skinner's. Skinner's people. I mean, so your reputation. All right, let me give you this. Let me give you an example. Not thinking, you know, just say how the Lord is, and what happens? What happens in life is God will expand your name in the right way.
Yeah.
I was infamous in the wrong way.
Yes.
Right. So me and the friends, we gone down to Tottenham, right, after football and everything like that. So we going everything. So we going in a different name, right? And I think one of the names that Michael Stevens that I use, right, because it has to still MS, Michael Skinner, right. So anyway, we're in the pub. It was like a pub club. Anyway, meet these girls, and with these girls, So I said, who you know down, you know, Wolverstone and all that. So she went, I know Skinner, right? Sometimes you call me Skinner, right? Skinner, right? I said, that's me, right? Because she should go out with the next guy, and then this guy was telling about me, obviously, you know what I mean? Because I don't know her. I never seen her before. I would have known. But she just saying names.
Yeah.
So I said that. So I told my pal, I said, look, it's me. Tell him my name. And he's telling him the false name. I said, no, don't tell him the false name. But it made me realise that the name goes around.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
And
it
that can be
picks
for
you up.
good or for bad, isn't it?
Yeah, and it feels, even if like it's for bad, we call bad good. Why? The man they buddy, but it means good.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, even when you're metric, why the man they fearful, fearless. I've been to stages where I didn't care. To stages where, obviously we're going to talk about this, because then I started to sell the drugs. You know, the heroin.
So you went from taking to selling, or was you selling then taking?
Cocaine, obviously in a spliff, you know, with the powder.
Yeah.
But then when I started selling
Some of the
now,
viewers, let people know what a spliff is, because some people might not know what a spliff is.
Right.
I know what a spliff is.
Right, what a spliff is, it's like Rizzler. You get the Rizzler, you put a bit of cigarette in there, and then you spread a bit of whatever you want to spread, heroin in there, or you want to spread cocaine in there.
We're not.
No.
It sounds like we're promoting it.
No, we're not promoting it. Because look, the stage where it got me, I need to get to that stage. It got me desolate.
Wow.
It got me where I was hungry enough. I was picking up butts from the floor. We're talking about.
Wow.
On the street, picking up butts. I got to that place where once I was so hungry in jail, right? Because you don't really eat. Especially when you're on the heroin, you don't really eat.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just want the money. You just not enough sufficient. To the point, there was chicken in the bin.
Wow.
Right? And it's like I was going on a move. Like, when I say a move, it's like I was going on a robbery to get this chicken. I took the chicken.
That made me laugh.
Oh, Lord help us.
Oh, Lord help us.
No, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah? It got me down to them kind of, that's what I said.
Drugs.
I lost dignity, self-respect. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah.
I lost it. I didn't care.
That's losing everything.
That's losing everything.
Because for you to go into the bins to get
To go into the bins.
that's lost.
I remember one lady, I was King's Cross, anyway, went to King's Cross. I used to sleep, right, on, you know, the tubes, Waltham Salt to Brixton, right? Some veterans in busted up cars, sleeping there. Go into certain flats where you can go into on the stairs and sleep in there, wrap up like this and rest. Have a little smoke and then you rest. Toilet. I remember King's Cross toilet before they put the Channel Tunnel in. Used to go downstairs, you know what I mean, jump over the thing. Right, we smoked sometimes. I was sometimes so tired, just go to sleep. And then the tenant comes, bang, bang, bang. Right? So I remember one lady now, I'm walking from King's Cross to Euston, and there's a bin chute. Right? I slept in there. You know, it must have stank. Right? 'Cause remember, sometimes I don't wash for a week. Couple of weeks. I remember my feet used to have that black tar sometimes.
Wow.
But you can pee, you know, you can it's so dirty in between the toes. So I know where. So the lady, anyway, some old lady, she's coming and she looked at me, like say, "What are you doing here?" But in a disgust, you know what I mean? Like, and then I think myself and I walked and gone down to King's Cross. You know what I mean? And then then you see people that they walk away from you. That's horrible. Inside, that's horrible. It hurts inside.
Of course.
When you see people walking away from you, they, you know. Right?
Is that when, if you're asking, could you give me something to eat, or, you know,
No, you're just walking past.
Wow.
But because, all right, if you know, like nowadays, as you see sometimes the heroin addicts, the crack addicts, and how they look, they don't care. Maybe it could be summer and they drummed up and you can see they look dirty.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to move away. Automatically, oh, who's that? And the people see that disgust on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It hurts because remember, I was still a person. I
Yeah.
still had feelings.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they was, you know, trying to be hard and hard it down, I was hurting. I was in pain. So eventually, you know, in and out of jail, right? So even one of my friends said, "Boy, what's happening here?" Even because I'm a very excitable person, it kind of hides what I'm dealing with emotionally.
Yeah.
So everybody think, "Oh, you're okay." You know what I mean? But if I go deep down, because they don't see sometimes, you know, where you're crying and this and that. But I remember my grandmother died and I was in jail. And the prison officer, I told my mama, anyway, right? So the prison officer came and just threw the thing in, "Oh, your grandmother's died," and closed the door, right?
Wow.
So, you know, I had to deal with that. But my mum told me afterwards, she said, "Oh, you know, you couldn't come." Because they told me, "No, you know, couldn't come." She said, "Oh, the reason why he didn't want to come, he said he's just going to pray." I said, "You should have known that was rubbish." Right? That's what the prisons said to my mum why I couldn't. Because I only had about 3-4 months left of I was a 4-year sentence. But I'm 3 years, 3 months out of it. You know what I mean? So all them kind of things, they paint out. Say, you know what? See society. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get society back. You know what I mean? And I go out there resolute. You know what? I'm gonna do it better. You know, I'm gonna rub better, teeth better, whatever the case may be. Because whilst you're in there, that's what you're talking about.
So when
And
you're
then meeting
actually in
people.
prison, are you actually finding ways of what you're going to do next? Are
Yeah.
you scheming yourself?
Of course,
like,
you're meeting
the
people,
next
ain't you?
place I'm going to go is I'm going to do this, I'm going
Yeah,
to do
you're
that.
meeting people. Then you're hooking up. It's a place to hook up. Then you see other people that they're doing this. So you know, oh, you know, such and such, such and yeah, look, this is happening. So you know, especially the ones in the know. You know what I mean? Because obviously there's a hierarchy, different levels. The worst level you can obviously is a nonce. You know, someone who's a paedophile, raped a child, raped women or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean, right? Then you got the Peter thief. Peter is like somebody's cell, right? So if you go into somebody's cell, I've done it a few times. So if you go into somebody's cell and you take their stuff, yeah, a prisoner don't like that. Surprising, even though they're robbing and thieving everybody else's stuff out. So it is a funny hierarchy in there. You know what I mean? But you get to know people, and then you get to know how to do stuff, learn stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like a den of thieves.
Yeah.
And then you just get together and what else are you going to speak about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you learn, oh boy, you know what? I can get hold of this guy because he can do this. So you get links.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so
I wanted to just ask you, what was your worst experience in terms of when you robbed someone that, you went away, if you felt guilty or you felt bad, was there any experience or any altercations that you had with anyone that was your worst experience that made you even think, gosh, what am I doing at any point?
It's a good question. That's a
I know
it's a
it got
good
you
question.
thinking, isn't
No,
it?
what it is, it's outwardly, I would say no.
Okay.
Inwardly, I would say, listen, right? I got to do it. Sorry. You know what I mean? Even though if I went deep down in, you know what I mean? But outwardly, I think when you can hide from yourself. Because I wouldn't want to go there. Probably even now, I wouldn't want to go there to say, because I've done some, I've done some things, you know what I mean? Which it's not nice. You know what I mean? It's not nice, but I protect myself emotionally. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
People don't see the tears and this and that. Let me give you one. Like even with my dad beating him up, I felt after I come in with the Lord, and then God starts dealing with me, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about you coming to the Lord in a little bit.
Right, right. So anyway, So to say,
you're saying that beating up your dad, you
right,
felt...
beating up my dad. Eventually, when I, with the Lord, then I started to feel, like forgiveness. So I know that's where the bitterness stemmed from. That's where it stemmed from.
Of course.
From there, the bitterness stemmed from. It was like bile. It felt like bile, and then I was crying all that. A few other things that I've done, but I keep that. It's me and the Lord. You know what I mean? He knows. Listen, I was in with them people, so that's what happened. So I think it's like a defense mechanism.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a defense mechanism. So it was just part of the job.
Yeah, of course.
Part of the job. If you're resisting, it's part of the job. What are you doing that for? What it's just part of the job, and you get away with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Because even the police said, after I got saved, I think 60% of the robberies in King's Cross went down when we went there and evangelized.
Wow.
I know it's mad.
So tell me a little bit about your journey now. Obviously, we spoke about, the drugs, going out, doing the robbery, Tell me a little bit about the journey, where it started in terms of giving your life over to God. Tell me a bit about where that started.
So what it was, I wanted to come off. Remember, I haven't seen my family for years.
Okay.
15 more so years. I haven't seen my family, mom, brothers, sisters, and everything like that. Yeah. Right? I haven't seen them. My brothers, I got some brothers and sisters from my dad's side. You know what I mean? And it's like slowly, I said, you know what, I want to come off. So remember I was saying I'm an excitable character. Yeah. So you got some of these people that came in because they give you funding, right, whilst you're in jail. So, people come in and say, look, I said, I want to go through this program. You know what I mean? The NA and everything like that. So you want to get funding, then you got to go back to the court and see if they're going to fund it. The people come in and give you like a test. But they say, no, this guy's not ready. Because I'm excited. Come on, I'm free from some drugs now. I'm excited. Right? They say I'm not ready. So I said, okay. But also, I went through a stage. I was a Muslim in jail.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I became a Muslim. Right? Stopped smoking tobacco.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? Went right into it. Yes. I even went to there was a boat prison. Right? And I became the imam there.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah, I became the imam there. And I done a khutbah. They call it a service. I done a service, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That means that you've always been, have you noticed that you've always been that leader? Because you said it, you've always led.
Yeah. Yeah.
But carry on.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was leading. It was like, you know what, if you ain't going, I'm coming. I'm going. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, but I see that the Lord was breaking me down slowly. Right. So then when I came out now, no, what happened was I got through out of that prison. One incident happened, right, with the librarian and everything like that, because what happened was, because of time, that she backed me up for something and she couldn't do it, so they suspended her. Then 2 days later, they threw me out of the prison. I thought, you know what's going on? So I went back to smoking and this and the other. Come back out again. Then what happened? I was on one case and I thought, man, listen, I'm gonna get 5 years. I'm in Pentonville. I'm gonna get 5 years. And I got a friend of mine. He said to me, listen, read Psalm 35. Right on the third day. Right, third day. Don't eat nothing. Don't eat nothing. When it comes to dinner time, and read Psalm 35 is fight against those who fight against me. Lift up shield and buckler. You know what I mean? Like it's a protection thing, right? Anyway, went to the court judge, right? The jurors, not guilty. The judge couldn't believe, like nearly a minute. It seemed like a minute before he said, Mr. Skinner, because I was in remand, you know what I mean? You're free to go, right? So I said, so anyway, a friend of mine, he said, well, he was a science man, and I told him about it, right? And he said, listen, because I said the night before, I said, if you can get me off this case, I was so desperate. I said, Lord, if you get me off this case, I'll serve you. That's what I said.
Wow.
Right? So I told him about it. He said, boy, you need to serve the Lord. So I said, boy. Anyway.
So it was you, even though you said, God, get me off this case.
Got me off this case,
I'll serve you.
Yeah. Right?
Did you go serving God at that point?
No, I was out on the road. But he said to me, now I was out for 10 days. Now remember, the 29th of September 2001, I'm going to tell you how I got, to where I was going to Picture Outreach, got saved. 29th of September, 3 ladies in nighttime prayed for me.
Wow.
All I can remember the prayer was, you don't need to live your life like this anymore.
Wow.
Right? Then I went to, now, if I got time, I could tell where police wanted to have me. 3 of them said, Skinner, because you got off the case, said, Skinner, we're going to have you. So that's in my mind. So when I'm smoking now, and I'm me and my friend, he's dead now anyway, but me and my friend were smoking down West End after the women prayed for me, going down to the West End. I've got kind of paranoid. I got paranoid, right? So I'm paranoid. And I'm thinking, he's setting me up. Went into McDonald's. I thought there was all police there. So I went to this crack house. Went to the crack house. I said, look, give us share out the money. Went to the crack. I said, boy, I'm not smoking no more crack again, right? Heroin, all there, all night. I said, boy, you know what? I'm going to go to that meeting. Because they're meeting the next day, the 30th of September 2001. They're meeting at King's Cross. Anyway, I went there. I was the only one that they picked up.
Wow.
Went to the meeting, right? It's Matthew Ashton Malohu. It was KICC.
Oh, wow.
Right,
Okay.
it was in Stratford. It was
Yeah,
10.
yeah.
Went there. So there was 3 ladies. Now, the 3 ladies that prayed for me, I've never seen them since.
Wow.
20-something years ago. 24 years ago. Never seen them since.
I believe they
But
were
there was
angels.
another 3 ladies, right? Anyway, took me down there, drove me down there. But one of them got saved in Victory Outreach, Amsterdam. And said, do you want to come off drugs? Now, all I had was my tracksuit, and £15, right? And a bit of gear. So I smoked that, right? Don't tell you where I smoked it. I smoked it, and I put a $5 in for the offering. I don't know, but God must have saw that. Must have saw my, Anyway, put the $5 in. Got 10 left. I thought, all right, then I can go. So anyway, she said, you know what? Do you want to? I said, go to Rio. I said, yeah, but I didn't think right now. So she said, now, would you go now? So, but God, remember, I got nothing out there. I'm living from hand to foot. You know what I mean? Thieving, then going to one bridging house.
And then go to prison.
And then
coming
prison,
back.
and then come
It's
out back out
revolving
again.
door in it of
As soon as I come out of jail, there's nowhere else to go. Go back down, cross, smoking. But here we go again. Same thing, right? I remember one time I went down there and come out, I was out 3 days. I didn't know they had a warrant for me. So we're all up in in this place, open place, smoking. Police has come, raided it. Right, open place, which we didn't care. One, boy, you lot are wild, you don't busy, you go in corner and just smoke up the thing, telephone boxes and all that, right? Mad it was mad. Anyway, so then what happened now? 3 days I was out and got back in again. I thought, man, what's going on here, right? Anyway, so with the ladies, I said, yeah, because I was. One lady looked at me in King Cross. She said, you don't really want to be here, do you? And I didn't really want to be here, right? Right? I didn't really want to be here. So then eventually now, right, when obviously with the lady Amsterdam, she got saved at Amsterdam. I went into the rehab, and when I went into the rehab, I didn't go in for Christ. Let me tell you that. I just wanted help to come off
The
what I
drugs.
was on.
Yeah.
Right? It's just wrecked my life. I've lost everything about it, right? Anyway, so I'm in there. And when I'm in there, I've been in there 2 weeks. I don't know if I have to say this, but I've been there 2 weeks. Now, from the ages of 6, I used to have a thing that they call it sleep paralysis. Right? Scientifically, they call it sleep paralysis. But I know it was more than that. Because what happened was, I would hear something and it would be like an evilness. Right? Like evilness. And I couldn't move. But I can hear everything in the room. Say if it happened to me now, you could speak and I can hear everything. I could tell you afterwards what you said and everything. So, but I didn't think that it was a problem. I didn't know that I needed deliverance or anything like that. But because of the atmosphere in the house and because it was always praying, right, that I don't, this thing couldn't stay. So I'm lying on the bed about 9 o'clock. I remember this after 2 weeks. Lying on the bed, this thing came up like this and went rah, and came out my mouth. My lips trembled, and it made me realize that spiritual stuff, the spirits are very tangible, right? So, you know, going through the rehab, I was in there 13 months, possibly 9 months. But I was in there 12 months, and then they said to me, "Look, you know, you need to." So eventually, you know, I've come out of it. But then what happened was insecurity. I realized insecurity. They even said to me, they prayed for my birthday because I never really celebrated my birthday for years. I felt so insecure. I felt so paranoid. That's what I was saying about people, you know, where they are fearful. I could understand that. I've been in jail where I feel like everyone's watching me. You understand? I feel like everyone's watching me. I'm sweating, pouring with sweat, you know, coming down, like just not looking at nobody, but just walking through. I think, what's all this? Anyway, eventually now, right? I've come out of the rehab. I don't know what I should do. Right? Come out of the rehab. So then they got me in this a next part. But I was doing ministry in the church. I was doing ministry in the church, looking up the church, evangelism, this, that, and the other. But I became lonely. Looking at some of the women in it, because I see some of them getting married and everything like that. What's happening to me? To the point I went back out there, and I went with a few prostitutes. They didn't know this at the time, right? But my spiritual, I remember I preached a couple of times in that church as well. Yeah. Right? Eventually, pride got to me. I thought I was better than the head of he was second in command of 500-600 churches. Eventually, you know, I went back out there again for a week. Long story, because I know we ain't got time.
And you know what's just coming to mind, like, you know, because you saw yourself as the head from young, you know, you still see yourself when you got to that place of, you know, the rehab, you've changed your life around, you're in a certain place, but then you've got to that place of rejection again. So it goes right back to the beginning, that you're feeling like they haven't made me feel like, why me? Why everyone else is getting married? Everyone's, you know, this is happening. Why is nothing happening for me? So now you want to take control again. And you want to be in charge because that's who you was all that time. So I know that you told me that at one stage you kind of fell back into your old ways kind of thing. And then for a week.
But it's funny how it happened. But I want to say something as well. Self-image. Because you look upon a man 6 foot, physique, this, that, and the other. So I was thinking, now I'm getting insecure. I think, hold on. I'm not fitting the bill of an ideal man.
Right.
Insecurities come in. Rejection, as you said, it's been I feel rejection. Felt rejection. So I think rejection from the women. What's happening? I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Right? Like. Remember, in school, I'm fighting. I'm this and that. So I'm getting that response. But I'm not getting that response. You know, it was kind of still the same.
I hear you. it's still going back because it's the emotional side.
Yeah.
And, you know, meeting someone is the intimacy of like, why am I not good enough? Like that
Yeah.
one, as you said, you've compared yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you're younger, your dad weren't really saying much.
No.
Your mum weren't really saying much. But your colleagues or your peers at school are saying, go on, Marcus, bad them up, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So you're getting all that praise. And
Accolation,
now,
yeah.
and now you're kind of like, now you're in the straight road. No one's not saying much.
Yeah.
So your thing is that I want to be in charge again. And so what am I going to do to get that, you know, authority then, if we say so?
In the spotlight.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the spotlight because you think it's the spotlight. You know what I mean? Right? The spotlight will give you acclamation, give you this, give you that, give you... You know what I mean? But fundamentally, the emotions has not been healed.
Yeah.
It goes deep.
Deeper.
So the Lord had to take me through a 20-year process
Wow.
as a Christian to start digging out and start searching out the areas in my life. Because I went to Manchester eventually, you know, when I came back, he said, "Lord, you know, go to Manchester." I stayed in Manchester for 6 years. Listen, but I didn't know nobody. I was in the rehab. Didn't know nobody. Let me tell you what I used to do. Because I didn't know nobody, sometimes I'll go out there in the evening or in the morning sometime, right? Cinemas, sneak in the cinema and stay there the whole day until it finished.
Wow.
Because I couldn't climatize. How do you live a normal life?
Yeah.
Not used to living a normal life. Now you want me to, what, a 9 to 5? Or how do you live a normal life? What do you say? How do you speak? How's the weather? You know, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Because your normal is my normal might be not your normal.
It's not the normal.
And it's not.
It's not because how do I converse? The conversations that we have is different conversation. You know what I mean? Eventually it might be, you know, when you're at the house and everything like that, oh boy, you're cooking the food and this and that, and watch a little TV, this and that. But then it'll be like, boy, you know what? We got to go out there in the evening, like, lick out this thing. No, you get what I'm saying? So we're talking on that kind of...
Yeah, because you're
you know what I mean?
on a different...
Right? Different thing. Like, more time is nighttime thing. It's a nighttime. It's nighttime. Through the daytime, we just put breath up, smoke, you know, listen to music, and then we hit out there, right? So it's kind of how do I... Because I remember I was at the bus. On the in the van, in the rehab. And it was like, what happened was, reality hit me. It's like, what do I do? All right, I'm not smoking, but smoking was not my problem. I began to realize it was deeper issues.
Yes.
Insecurities. Jealousy. Oh, my, of course. You know what I mean? All them kind of things there, the heart wasn't right. So I had to go through a deep cleaning, a deep cleansing. You know what I mean? A deep purifying. And God used situations and he used people. So I used to swear at God. Frustrated. What's going on? I thought this. I thought I'll have this. I thought I'd... Even to the point done one job in Manchester. And it was direct marketing. Selling gas and electric. And I went, yeah, I'm going to have TV. I'll have my Mercedes. I'll have this. That's what I was saying. Right? And this, that, and the other. But working till my spiritual life faded. You know what I mean? It faded. And then it made me realize, so boy, no, you know, that's not it. Then I got another spruce of life coming to Birmingham because they was opening up a church. So I went there, you know what I mean? And, you know, God has been refining me. You know what I mean? So I'm in the process of refinement now. You know what I mean?
And how long have you kind of just solidly been, you know, with God, you know, doing the work of God? Because we have to wrap up as well.
Yeah, right. So, but I want to say this as well, that couple of years ago, for 18 months, I went back. I went because, you know, you seen an opportunity, you know, with one lady, 4 kids. We was going to get married, but she wasn't in the church, right? But I was in the church. I was a peacekeeper, but I was frolicking, having sex. Let's have it right.
Yes.
Having sex outside.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're
Having
telling the
sex
truth.
out there because the figure, I thought, even when she said she goes, she's been to a satanic church a couple of times. That should have been a red flag.
It should have been a see you later.
But because I'm looking at the figure and it superseded anything else, right? Because, as we talking, at the time, sex sells. It's always out there. It's, so it's very hard. You know what I mean? And, how many times am I going to masturbate? Because, that's one part of it as well. Well, as a masturbate. I said, okay, all right. I'm not having a lady. At least it's okay. One lady said to me, it's okay to do it. One Christian. You get validation. You get validation.
So you're getting validation.
Getting validated.
Of all the bad stuff.
Of all the bad stuff, getting validated. Yeah, it's all right. It's better to do that than go out there and, that kind of thing, right?
Sorry.
Sorry. It's
Oh, Lord,
funny,
help us.
but it's funny, but it's
reality.
It's reality.
It's
and
reality
painful.
because
a lot of people suffer through that. A lot of people.
Of course,
some people
100%.
don't talk about it. A lot of people
No.
don't talk about it. A lot of people they just shut it in. That's their problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
course.
And then they're just burning and destroying themselves. No,
It's
that's what's
true.
happening.
But the
And-
Bible says if you burn, you must marry.
Well, you're in. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but then.
But then
anyway,
you
we
came.
don't want to go into.
Yeah, we're going to another chapter in it. Let's leave that one.
But the addiction and coming out of it, and then I realizing, as I said before, that it wasn't my problem. That was just the surface.
Yeah,
And
there
God
was the
started to dig
underlying.
deep in.
Yeah, there was an underlying.
You understand? Right? There was a want that I wanted. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if you want that you wanted that you can't get,
Yeah, you use something else to.
you use something else. Yeah. To heal that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, man. So, Lord said, look, you know what? I'm waiting. Those who wait. And then he said, why do you want certain things? Starts to deal with me with that. Check
Yeah.
yourself. I've got to start checking myself. You know what I mean? So, this truthful, it's a process.
Yes,
It's a process. And I think God has called me to be truthful.
Yes.
You know what I
And
mean?
I love your transparency, Marcus, because
Yeah.
you're telling the truth,
Yeah.
and this is what the show's all about.
Yeah.
And being able to just tell people, look,
Yeah.
I struggled with that. I struggled with
Yeah.
that. I actually went out not long ago and slept with a woman, because of
Not,
her figure.
not
People
slept
don't
with a woman. Sleeping.
sleeping. You know what I mean? Sleeping.
Slept would be like once. Yeah? Sleeping.
Sleeping.
We was gonna get married. So it was so
Yeah.
then what happened was I got so used to that.
No, it's
Well,
fine.
let me because I know time's going, right?
Oh,
I
God.
got so used to that
Yes.
that when we finished, this is how I got back on the drugs.
Wow.
When we finished, now I've got the
Reje-
taste of the forbidden.
Yeah.
Right. So
Forbidden.
now I'm seeing some ladies out on the road that praise the Lord, they family this and the other, but there was prostitutes and they were smoking. So I'm bringing them to my house, and then they're smoking. So eventually I said, let me try, and then I smoked it. Then I forgot about the women now, and I've been smoking it. It was 18 months.
Wow.
For a little while, I was still a peacekeeper, smoking heroin and crack. How about that one?
Wow.
That's how. To eventually, after a few months, I couldn't hack it no more. What am I doing this for? What am I doing church for? What was that? And I'm going out there.
Wow.
Right? Went out there. But God,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Because I wanted to come off, but I didn't know how. So 18 months. I said, what's going on? Wanted to come off. And God uses certain things because they used to video call me. And with some of the brethren, video call. Right? Send a picture now. So I sent them an old picture. Right?
Wow.
Because I lose a lot of weight and family will come. And I know that they know but now you know. But you know what's going on. Right? Because I haven't really said nothing to my, close family. That I was, but they lost weight and everything. And we was going on a cruise. That was, I think, just before the COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Was going on. I thought, oh my God. No, sorry. It was after that. Right? And then what happened was, I thought, oh my, what can I do? I'm thinking all different things. I've got to plug up a bit of gear, up a thing for the holiday and all
cruise.
that, right? And all that, right? So this is how God made a way. So I was going to do it my way. I told people, right? I hope that people listen to know I work for. Anyway, so I told people for 21 days I'm going on holiday. So I said I'm gonna that's it. I'm going to cluck it out. Second day, I can't see properly. I had to call the dealer. Boom, drive down, boom, I've gone. Oh, no, how am I going to get off this thing? One dealer I know, go around his house, yeah? His brother smokes as well. So I said, where's your brother? He said, I had to get rid of him because I was giving him pill, giving him methadone. I said, what, you can get methadone because I can't declare. He said, oh, yeah. So he got me methadone. And then from that, you know what I mean, I cut down, stop the crime, stop everything. Because God said, how much do you want it? How much are you willing? Remember I told you, I never slept for 21 days. After I come off the methadone, right, normally it's a detox, 10 days. I was on it for 3 months, right?
Wow.
Because it gets right into your bones.
Yeah.
I could not sleep for 21 days. Remember I was telling you that
Yeah,
I
of
had to
course.
masturbate just to sleep for 5 minutes, right, and all that, but burn out my energy. But God gave me a psalm. He says Psalm 13 verse 5. You know what I mean? That he says that, you know what, I will trust in your mercy and wait for your salvation.
Wow.
In that, he said to me, don't worry, I was with you all of the way.
Wow.
Now I'm beginning to realize that I was just wanting to be loved. Now, remember, it's falling back to my stepdad, you know.
Yeah.
You see where
Where it started from, yeah.
see where it started from. So I know that, you know what, God loves me, even though I do what I do.
Yeah.
Even I was doing what I was doing, he still loved me. You
Mm.
know what I mean? His mercy kept me. And look, from now, all right, for the last, I would say 2 years, right? You know, business was still there, you know, self-employed, right? Because I don't know who's going to employ me. So God said,
But you're running your business. That's
running
a
a business now. Thank God for that, because one of the gifts, because you know sometimes we have hidden gifts and we don't realize that we
Yeah.
have them. That God, when I was in jail, I learned painting. Yeah, I learned painting for 6 months. And when I learned painting, I used to do gardening. I hate gardening in jail. Now I do gardening, I do painting, I build stuff and everything like that. You know what I mean? I do different kind of jobs. Remember I was telling you,
Yeah.
I've got that kind of personality. So, but you know,
God is good.
and it's just continuing to process, renewing, reshaping, remolding, dealing with my emotional stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Showing me integrity, because I'm a message. He told me that's why I'm open.
Yeah.
Because he says, Marcus, you're going to be a message for me.
Amen.
Amen.
So we just wrap up. So
Yeah.
I just want you to just tell your younger self what would you have changed, or what would you do? What would you tell your younger self?
I'll tell you what, my younger self, I'll say, to my younger self, I would say, listen, you have the gifts, you have the ability, just stay in school, study. Just stay in school, study. You know, the things that you wanted to do, you could have done them so easily. You know what I mean? You didn't have to go and find it another way. But you could have gone and done it the right way. You know what I mean? So just stay in school. You know what I mean? Stay in school. That's what I would say. Because from that, the whole world would have opened up. Amen?
Amen. Wow. That was an amazing interview that we had with Marcus. I think we need a part 2, because I think there's some more that needs to come out.
Yeah.
But that was absolutely amazing,
Yeah.
Marcus. And I thank you so much for coming, to being so open
Yes.
and to share. As we know, it is Mel's Truthful Tuesday, and we
yes.
do tell the truth. So
Yes.
thank you for being so truthful. And I think we need to get you back at some point.
Amen. Yes, I'm willing, whatever.
Yes.
As I said, the Lord has me for a message.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.
Check it out, check it out, check it out.